everyone, I hope you all are doing great. This is Ankita Agrawal and I am French language TEF Canada exam coach expert, and I do help students globally to clear the TEF exam and make their dream come true by getting the Canada PR. I have cleared the TEF exam couple of years ago now, and I've got the Canada PR, and I'm very happy to share my journey with you. So you can definitely put in the comments in case you have any questions. Now, talking about this video, this is a very interesting video because I'm going to share the tips, tricks and strategy that how you can make your journey complete in about 7 to 8 months time. So in order to make this story entirely interesting, let's use a character name called Amy, who has recently cleared her exam and who spent about just 7 and 8 months starting from scratch. Let's understand how this strategy works and how is it possible and how you can also do it and make your dream come true by landing the Canada PR quick as possible. Let's get started. Talking about her journey as a beginner, Amy was complete beginner like most of us, and she did not even know a word of a bonjour, and that obviously gave her a frightening feeling whether she would be able to make it or not. Then she started her journey by googling, and of course she came across certain channels like Alexa, learn French with Alexa, learn French with Pascal, learn French with one song. After all of these channels, she realized that she would have to start her journey with basics grammar, and she would have to have certain vocabulary, a hold of vocabulary, wherein she would start speaking certain few words. So the best part she did was she never joined any teacher. Yes, that was a great thing she did, because otherwise teacher might have a coach might have actually looped her into the traditional method of do this book, do that book, and do this, do that, that is good, that is not good, because she just invested complete 1 month in understanding what all things she needs to do. She did all herself, and what she did that in 1 month time was to subscribe to certain paid channels and to non-unpaid channels and grasp all the grammar as much as she could. That was her starting point, and that was in the 1 month she tried doing it. Apart from that, she did 2 grammar books, and that was in French. So she used to check each and every word in the word reference to understand that what the grammar book is saying, and of course try and implement it. That doesn't mean she did the complete books. She just did few chapters for A1 and A2 and a few from B1 and B2 all by her own. Of course, she couldn't understand a certain complicated topics like concordance de temps, subjunctive, so she left them aside without taking much pain on that. Let me also tell you, Amy is 40. She would have turned 41 if she hadn't passed the exam this year. Hence, she had gone through all the possible tricks, techniques and strategies online to pass this exam. Going further, she started looking for a coach because she understood now that she knows a bit of a grammar, but she's not able to speak. Hence, she started looking for a professor on Preply, italki, and also Superprof. Now all of these 3 websites, she could manage to find a spoken French teacher. So she hired a spoken French teacher who could help her in the morning and in the night with basics starting of the sentences, like how do you spend your day, how do you manage your daily routine, what do you work, what your profile is like, what do you like to eat, what you do not like to do. All of these sentences were started with the basic French, and this is how Amy started to command the language. So this entire process took another 2 months, and now by 2nd month Amy was ready to hit Duolingo, which was giving her daily streak, and she never used any other traditional book like saison, or for that matter edito, because she did not have much time. She had to just go through all of the practical methods. Then she bought a subscription to Pimsleur. For Pimsleur, it kind of changed her life, because that's how she could listen to the audio and just chunk it. What do you mean by chunk it? Is that, let's say the audio says je comprends le français. Now audio says je comprends le français. So if I repeat je comprends le français madame, so if I repeat that, that's what something I'm doing is chunking. So that is what she started to do, and that's how her level of listening and now speaking started to acquire. Starting from 3.5 months, now she started a TEF specific coaching rather, and that is how your Amy and I came across, and she became my student. Now when Amy came to me, I really found her very intelligent, but I found that her grammar is not that great. But the good part was she was great learner, and she was ready to accept and adapt any sort of feedback from me, which was a great sign and great indication for me that I can help her. Now Amy started to do speaking as well as writing with me. So for the listening bit, she started doing TEF Academy as well as Prep My Future. With the Prep My Futures, she started to understand and redo it and again do it if she doesn't understand. She never did any audio of Edito or Saison or any other textbook for that matter. What she did was just to understand the audio well. She just played the Prep My Future again and again, read the transcript, again listen without transcript, and again listen. So that is all she did, and that was majorly with the Prep My Future. TEF Academy came into the picture into the 5th month, where she started to taking the mock test, and she started getting around 35 to 40 correct in the listening section, which was not sufficient, and she knew that she might fail, because we say around 47-48 is a good score to get B2 plus. So for the listening practice, she started now listening to the RFE, TV 5 Monde, which are traditional French channels. Apart from that, she also started listening to French Authentic podcast and Inner French podcast, which were more about the French culture. And it was very important for her to understand every bit of it to crack the TEF Canada exam. So that was her preparation about the comprehensive oral. Talking about the writing, so I used to give her a Fait to write. I also used to give her a section B to write, and she used to write and come back to me with a fairly grammatical errors, which I used to correct and give her a feedback that what could be the right way of writing so that she scores best possible marks. And of course, it was just not about the grammatical bit, the structure, the styling, the format. So I'll mention her sample paper in the chat below, in case is in the link below, in case you would like to refer to that. Talking about the speaking, we used to practice daily. Amy was very, very focused. She used to take 2 classes from me, one in the morning, one in the evening. And that is how she drastically improved her TEF style speaking, section A as well as section B. And she was with me for around 3 months until she passed her exam with flying colors. And talking about lastly the reading section, I gave her all the possible material in the world available to score her C1 in the reading section. For that, the entire material is available on the TEF Canada community, which is on Telegram link, which I will share with you here in this channel, so that you can also join the same, download the entire free material. By doing that, I'm pretty sure you will be able to clear the reading bit like the way Amy did. And that is it. That's it, and that's how she cleared her exam, and this is her result. Ooh, isn't that mesmerizing that she did clear her exam not only in the first attempt, but also in a very short possible timeline. That gives us a lesson that yes, it is possible to do it, provided that we strategize the entire bit. We don't get panic, we don't use the material and the resources which is not required. We don't fall into the trap of the teachers and the coaches, which might say that you might have to do this book, this grammar, that grammar. Not required, guys. Just be mindful of the fact that we have a very less time. Our age bar is hitting, and for the TEF Canada French exam, we really need a we really need something which is quicker and easy. We just cannot read the literature books, because we don't have to really master French, but you just have to get a good hold in French. And if you do strategize it well, I'm sure you'll be able to make it. If you would like to know more about it, please comment below. And I myself is a TEF Canada trained coach, so I would be very happy to assist you, because that's something I am passionate about. And I'm also a full-time working mother, but this is something gives me an immense pleasure to help you all. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.